Welcome to TV20 News. We are Cleveland. I'm Leah Haslage. 2 highway signs on I-90 will memorialize a Cleveland officer and a state trooper who died in the line of service. TV20's Enrique Correa was at the dedication ceremony and has more.
Hundreds gathered at the Lakewood ceremony to dedicate a portion of the highway to honor Cleveland police officer David Fahey and state trooper Kenneth Velez. The 2 law enforcement officers died in the line of duty on the same 2-mile stretch of highway on Interstate 90. Cleveland Mayor Frank Jackson was at the ceremony to pay his respects.
People, particularly police officers, give their lives in the line of duty, and it's good to recognize them as the heroes that they are. And it's good for the families as they know that their the loved ones won't be, that they'll always be remembered. They won't be forgotten.
Officer Fahey died on January 24th while setting up flares on the side of Interstate 90. Officer Fahey's stepbrother and mother say seeing the dedication sign is bittersweet.
I mean, it's amazing, it's an honor, and it's a great tribute to him. I drive past this portion of the highway every single day going to work, so it's going to be a difficult combination of pride, but also difficult to see his name every day like that. But to know that this community and the state has honored him in such a way, it just feels amazing.
State Trooper Kenneth Velez was killed when he was hit by a car while he was shooting radar on I-90 on September 15th of last year. Velez's mother, Anna, says she is proud of her son and misses him dearly.
Yeah, it's very important because they recognize my son as a hero, and I'm glad they put in the sign, I think he deserved it, he deserved it. And I'm proud of my son, for his job and all the things that he did. It's always in my heart. He's going to be here forever because I love my son with all my heart. But I know he's with God in heaven, and I know that someday I will see him again.
In Lakewood, Enrique Correa, TV20, we are Cleveland.
A fleet of brand new police cars will soon be seen on the streets of Cleveland, thanks in part to voters passing issue 32. A few of the new cars were on display at the 3rd District headquarters. Cleveland Mayor Frank Jackson says the purchase of these cars goes back to a $100 million bond issuance from 2015.
$20 million of that $100 million went towards vehicles, and this is part of that. Out of that $20 million, there will be, the chief tells me, 65 vehicles that will be allocated out of that money, and this is part of it. And we also have an additional 30 vehicles that will be coming as part of the enhanced budget we got during the income tax increase.
These new cars will be outfitted with the latest in computers and dispatching software, says Police Chief Colin Williams.
Each vehicle comes with approximately $9,000 technology package, and then the city and the division add to that technology piece with AVL and things like that. The mayor talked about our computer-aided dispatch system. In the very near future, we're going to go to a silent dispatching system, so that technology package is real important, as well as in-car reporting.
Chief Williams went on to explain what computer-aided dispatch is and how it will be upgraded to silent dispatching in the near future.
It basically allows our communications folks up there on the 3rd floor to log everything electronically, to keep track of it. But we're also, this year, at least by the end of 2017, we're going to add silent dispatching, which means a dispatcher up on the 3rd floor can actually send an assignment to an officer without saying anything over the air. So that gets sent to the computer terminal in the car, the officer accepts it via the computer terminal in the car, and then they go and take care of that assignment, and they respond back when they complete the same way electronically.
Mayor Jackson says the purchasing of these 95 new vehicles will greatly improve the overall fleet of police cars in service.
What this does is allow us to put new vehicles on the street, and when we are finished, over 90% of our fleet in terms of police will be at fair, good, or brand new. And that's the investment here. It's an investment in equipment.
Mayor Frank Jackson's chief of staff is retiring after more than a decade of service to the city of Cleveland. Chief of Staff Ken Silliman announced his retirement after serving as Mayor Jackson's top aide for more than 11.5 years. Silliman has served under 3 different mayors, totaling more than 29 years working as a public servant. Silliman attributes his success in government to Mayor Frank Jackson's leadership and says he will miss working for the city.
Through the years, the 11.5 years here, and what lies forward, the thing that I will value most is the friendship of this man, and that above everything else. But what I will also say is what I said a couple days ago, and that is I've been in my position a long time, and a lot of you have been in your positions a long time. But I do not delude myself that that's primarily due to me. It's primarily due to our mayor.
Silliman received a proclamation certificate plus a key to the city. The city of Cleveland has not announced an interim chief of staff. A plot of land in Cleveland on the corner of East 105 and Orville was recently transferred to the United States Department of Veteran Affairs from the Cleveland Land Bank, so plans can move ahead for an important construction project. The plans are to build a Fisher House, says Doug Harvey, Vice President of the Greater Cleveland Fisher House Foundation.
What the Fisher House is, it's a comfort home. So when military or veterans are being treated at the VA, or pretty much wherever there are 72 of them around the globe, families can stay at these houses while their loved ones are being treated at the VA. So it's pretty much analogous to a Ronald McDonald or like a Fisher, or like a Rainbow and Baby or a Ronald McDonald house.
Addressing the crowd at the ceremony, Cleveland Mayor Frank Jackson praised the VA for fulfilling the needs of all of our veterans.
Whenever I visit the VA, and I talk to the men and the women at the VA, not only those who provide the service, but for the veterans who receive the service, there's a great need that they have, and they've made great sacrifices for us, and now, because of those sacrifices, they have these great needs. And this, from the Fisher House, is part of servicing that need to help our veterans recover from whatever it is that they need to recover from.
Ward 9 Councilman Kevin Conwell said that the benefits of having a Fisher House in his ward affects all of his residents.
It's going to benefit Ashbury and Orville and Hall and Wade Park because of this big project and housing that's going to be built around it. And then what I see with my vision, Tony Brancatelli, is that we can do economic development right from here. It's the spillover effect. This project is like taking a pebble and you throw it into the pond. And when you throw it into the pond, all the energy will spread out to benefit my residents and the people in the community.
As Gus Frangos, President and General Counsel of the Cuyahoga Land Bank, handed over the original deed of the land to Susan Fuller, Director of the Northeast Ohio VA Healthcare System, he had to pause a second to fully grasp what he was doing.
And ladies and gentlemen, here is the original official deed of this land going from the Cuyahoga Land Bank to the, let me read it here, United States of America. Whoa, I've never deeded something to the U.S. To United States of America for and on behalf of the Department of Veterans Affairs.
After the deed was transferred over, a marker was unveiled commemorating the site. Doug Harvey says the construction will begin very soon.
We're hoping to turn dirt later this year, and hopefully it'll be completed by 2018, the end of 2018, and hopefully we'll have some families in it by then. So there's still some hoops we need to get through to get this taken care of, but we're hoping to turn dirt soon.
For more information on the Fisher House, visit their website at greaterclevelandfisherhouse.org. Well, a street on the east side of Cleveland has been renamed to honor a very special man, and we sent TV20 reporter Dan Monroe to cover the dedication.
He was one of the nicest people you ever wanted to meet.
Fun. Always had you laughing. Everyone liked him.
These are just some of the comments friends and family had to say about the late Hubert Lee Bobo. Bobo, a longtime resident of Gay Avenue, was so well liked that the city of Cleveland dedicated the street in his name. But what was it about Bobo that people will really miss?
Everybody over here is going to really miss that man. He took care of everybody on the street, and they all loved him. They all came to the ceremony, and he will truly be missed.
And it's been wonderful because he did work. He cut my grass, always cut my grass, always. He said if his grass had to look nice, mine did too. So.
Hubert's wife, Ruth, spoke to me about how he changed her life forever.
This was a man who stepped up to the plate. He met this woman, me, who was getting abused, and he told me, came to me and told me, he said, I will take care of you and those children. You don't have to live like that. And he came in and he took care of these children, loved them, raised them from the time they were very small children, and loved them. And you can see how much they love him. You know, that was their dad all their life.
Cleveland Mayor Frank Jackson attended the street dedication ceremony and spoke of Bobo's strong commitment to his family and his neighbors.
Very seldom do you find someone who is so loved by so many different people, which meant that he did a lot for people. And so I want to say to you that means it's part of the family.
Yes.
It's just the way y'all are. So I want to tell you how much I appreciate your husband, your father, and how much we appreciate the work that he did for Cleveland. Thank you.
After the balloons were released to officially commemorate the street dedication, Bobo's daughter, Karen Camper-Cox, told me all about what her father meant to her.
He's been in my life for 48 years, and I'm 53. And I already had a dad. And so when he came into my life, he had to earn his way to be my dad. And things happened in my life that he proved that's what he wanted to be. So from that day on, he became my dad. And not only to me, I had 3 other sisters and brothers, so he took care of all of us. So you don't find a man in this day and age that will come in and take care of 4 kids.
With the dedication, Hubert Lee Bobo will always be watching over his neighbors on Gay Avenue. For TV20, I'm Dan Monroe.
When we return, we'll see how the Indians made some dreams come true for dozens of children and adults, and TV20 was at the opening of Cleveland's newest hotspot. Stay tuned for that and more. We'll be right back with more TV20 News.
Listen, I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Welcome back to TV20 News. It was a dream day for dozens of children and adults with special needs as they attended a fantasy baseball camp. Enrique Correa was at Progressive Field and has more.
Leah, we're here at the 6th annual Dream Days at Progressive Park, where more than 30 people with special needs get to play baseball and have a great time.
At the Indian Dream Days Fantasy Camp, children and adolescents from the Rising Star Academy and adults from Our Lady of the Wayside get together to brush up on their baseball skills on the tribe's turf. 18-year-old Fabian Washington suffers from cerebral palsy. Fabian plans on going to the University of Houston and will major in business management and marketing, plus he loves baseball.
This grass is amazing. I want to make grass angels. I love it. So much fun playing with the Diamond Boys and just being out here practicing every single year. I almost feel like this is a family when we all come together and we practice and things like that. So it's so great to be here. And I know that the Tribe is playing the Padres tonight. And go Tribe, we got to get that win.
Dream Days is an organization dedicated to planning and providing events for people with disabilities. Jonathan Schulz is the executive director. He says Dream Day gives them the opportunity to do something they normally wouldn't have the chance to do.
So the one thing that is really noticeable is they remember it year-round. So for a lot of people coming out on the field, you never even get to do it in general, and for us, we get to come out every year, get to do some baseball skills building, but also, get to play where our favorite players play, and that makes an impact year-round for them.
Indians pitching coach Mickey Callaway came out to the field to give the Dream Day players some tips and encouragement.
I think it's one of the best things about our job is we're able to, reach out to the community and really, make an impact in a really good way to Cleveland and, the rest of the world. So it's just a great opportunity to really, come out and get to meet some wonderful people that you don't get to meet very often.
Erin DiCarlo is the executive director of Rising Star Academy, and her 15-year-old son Tom suffers from cerebral palsy. The Academy program teaches children with cerebral palsy and other motor disabilities how to live in the world.
Because of that program, which he's been in since he was 2, he has really thrived, and he continues to thrive because he understands his cerebral palsy. We strive on helping these kids understand that yes, they have cerebral palsy or other motor disability, but they can do whatever they want to do, and we help them get there.
The Our Lady of the Wayside organization helps more than 800 individuals with special needs in 7 counties throughout Northeast Ohio. Each year, the adults from Our Lady of the Wayside enjoy their day on the field.
The adults that we serve, they love it. They look forward to it. Every year, they're always asking about it. Anytime they can come out to the ballpark, they're big Indians fans, so they love it.
Of course, all the individuals here say they had a great time and looking forward to next year. At Progressive Field, I'm Enrique Correa, TV20, we are Cleveland.
The Greater Cleveland Sports Commission teamed up with the Cleveland Department of Recreation to give some area kids a brand new bicycle through an exciting program. The program is called Urban Youth Initiative. Sports Commission Program Coordinator Becky Griesmer says the initiative brings unique experiences to Cleveland youth through physical activity.
We had the kids come out in June for a field day where they took place. They did nutrition, they did sportsmanship, all as energy as a theme. So bikes as energy, sportsmanship, mental energy. We had yoga out here, and then they went away and completed a 2-week workbook focusing on the concepts that they learned during that day. Today it's the top 150 scorers of that program who come out and will receive a bike, safety lessons, a helmet, a lock, and Positive Coaching Alliance is here again as well to emphasize some of the components that they did at the field day.
Bicycles of all sizes were lined up, ready to be ridden. Before the kids could take them home, there were a couple things they had to do and learn first, including getting fitted for a helmet and learning how to properly lock up their bike.
Once they get their bike, we have Ohio City Bicycle Co-op here, so they'll go through a complete bike rodeo, learning how to stop, what the proper hand signals are, how close they should ride to one thing or another, and they're providing all of that education to us and the kids as well.
Jennifer Ryba, Regional Manager for Cleveland's Division of Recreation, says the partnership with the Greater Cleveland Sports Commission has been very beneficial for the kids.
We've done some boxing events with the kids. We've done some fencing events with the kids. We've done this fabulous bike program every summer, and we continue to work together. We've done the Continental Cup with the kids in the summertime, participating in basketball events and soccer events. It's really a wonderful partnership.
One lesson the kids learned today as they rode around on their new bikes is that hard work really does pay off. For more information on the Greater Cleveland Sports Commission Urban Youth Initiative, visit neocycle.org/community. If you love cheeseburgers in paradise and tasty boat drinks, then the new Margaritaville in the East Bank of the Flats is the place for you. Enrique Correa has more from Cleveland's latest hotspot.
Leah, we're here at the official grand opening of Margaritaville, and as you can see, everybody's having a good time, right?
Yeah!
The ribbon was cut for the grand opening of the new 23,000 square foot Jimmy Buffett themed restaurant and multiple bars on the patio and on the rooftop. Margaritaville is just one of a few new restaurants opening up on the East Flats, bringing more business opportunities to the area.
It continues to put Cleveland on the map. To put a national franchise of this nature right here back into the Flats, it shows that the Flats continue to grow and continues to show that Cleveland is the place where you want to be.
Margaritaville actually opened on July 3rd for their soft opening to do some test runs and to get ready for their grand opening. However, during that time, the Cleveland location has become the top performer in the company.
You know, it's great being the East Bank of the Flats, you know, everything coming back together and then putting Margaritaville here. It's awesome.
How's business been?
Overwhelming, and being top in sales over everybody in the company, it's great. And that was just a soft opening, so I can't imagine what we could do in the future.
Jimmy Buffett fans are called parrot heads, so for the grand opening of Margaritaville, they came out in full force to enjoy their new hangout.
Parrot heads are just people that party with a purpose. We do a lot of nice things and we do partay.
And how do you like to do Margaritaville?
It's beautiful, it's fantastic. A lot of cities don't have Margaritavilles, but Cleveland does.
What do you think of this new Margaritaville and the fact that you have a parrot costume and you're really a parrot head?
I am a parrot head, and the parrot heads are so excited to have Margaritaville here. We are elated. We've been waiting a long time for it. All we need now is Jimmy.
If you're making a Margaritaville, one thing I recommend is the Cuban sandwich. It's delicious. We're here at the East Flats. I'm Enrique Correa, TV20. We are Cleveland.
That looks like so much fun, and I cannot wait to get down there. Well, thank you for watching TV20 News. We are Cleveland. I'm Leah Hasledge. Up next, we'll have Christian Patterson with the Inside Sports Report.